Each morning brings a new beginning, an opportunity to set the tone for our lives with mindfulness, wisdom, and compassion. In Buddhism, the way we start our day has a profound impact on our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Just as a seed determines the tree that will grow, the mindset we cultivate in the morning shapes our experiences throughout the day. Spiritual traditions across cultures emphasize the importance of intentional living. The Buddha taught mindfulness as the key to liberation, while Jesus encouraged faith and gratitude in daily life. Even modern psychology supports the idea that morning affirmations influence our subconscious mind, guiding our behaviors and attitudes. By integrating the 5 powerful Buddhist affirmations into our routine, we create a foundation for a balanced, fulfilling, and peaceful life. These affirmations are not just words, they are guiding principles that help us navigate the challenges of life with resilience, clarity, and compassion. Let's explore how they can transform our daily existence. The 5 affirmations serve as a foundation for cultivating the right mindset every morning. They are: 1. I am grateful for this new day. 2. I embrace impermanence. 3. I cultivate compassion for myself and others. 4. I walk the path of wisdom. 5. I am at peace with myself. Each of these statements encapsulates a core Buddhist principle and provides a stepping stone toward a more awakened and mindful existence. Let's explore each one in depth. 1. I am grateful for this new day. The role of gratitude in Buddhism. Gratitude isn't just a polite habit, it's a transformative mindset that changes how we experience life. In Buddhism, gratitude is deeply woven into the 4 Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, reminding us to focus on what we have rather than what we lack. The practice of gratitude doesn't depend on material wealth, status, or external success. Instead, it's about seeing the beauty in existence itself, embracing every moment as an opportunity for growth and awareness. Many of the world's most successful individuals attribute their mindset to gratitude. Oprah Winfrey, for example, has long credited her daily gratitude practice as a key factor in her success. Despite facing significant hardships early in life, she maintained an attitude of appreciation, which ultimately helped her turn obstacles into stepping stones. NBA legend Michael Jordan had the same mentality. He didn't dwell on missed shots or failures but focused on the lessons they provided. Even in defeat, he found reasons to be thankful, knowing that failure was an essential part of growth. A story of gratitude: the monk and the pebble in ancient India. A Buddhist monk named Thera found a small, smooth pebble during his morning meditation. Each day, he carried it in his palm, using it as a reminder to be grateful for even the simplest things. At first, it was just a routine, but over time, this practice changed the way he saw the world. Rain was no longer an inconvenience but a source of life. Challenges were no longer burdens but opportunities to strengthen his character. The pebble was a symbol. Gratitude wasn't about waiting for something grand, it was about appreciating what was already there. This same principle applies in modern times. Consider Elon Musk, a man known for pushing the boundaries of technology. Despite numerous failures, rockets exploding, production delays, financial losses, he has maintained a resilient mindset. Instead of complaining, he expresses gratitude for the opportunity to innovate, for the lessons learned from failure, and for the people who contribute to progress. That's the power of gratitude. It shifts your focus from frustration to possibility, from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude is a daily practice. By affirming, "I am grateful for this new day," we create a habit of appreciation. This simple statement rewires our brains, training us to see opportunity rather than limitation. Historical figures like Winston Churchill, who led Britain through World War II, understood this well. Even in times of despair, he focused on gratitude, thanking his allies, acknowledging the resilience of his people, and seeing every challenge as a step toward victory. Gratitude fosters contentment, allowing us to accept life as it is rather than being consumed by regret or desire. It gives us the ability to remain present, appreciate the little things, and face challenges with an open heart. When we wake up and choose gratitude, we set the stage for a day filled with mindfulness, resilience, and inner peace. 2. I embrace impermanence. The Buddhist concept of impermanence is one of the 3 marks of existence in Buddhism. It teaches us that everything, our thoughts, emotions, relationships, and even our bodies, is in a constant state of flux. Clinging to permanence creates suffering, while embracing change brings freedom. Understanding impermanence allows us to adapt, grow, and navigate life with more grace and wisdom. A lesson from the Buddha, the flower's truth. One day, the Buddha held up a wilting flower and asked his disciples what they saw. Some said it was dying, others said it was still beautiful. The Buddha smiled and said, "Both are true, for all things arise and pass away. Clinging to either truth causes suffering. The lesson is simple: nothing lasts forever, and resisting change only creates unnecessary pain." Impermanence in the lives of great leaders throughout history have understood impermanence and used it to their advantage. Take Napoleon Bonaparte. His rise to power was as swift as his downfall. Yet, despite his exile, he continued to strategize, showing his ability to adapt to changing circumstances. Similarly, Steve Jobs, after being fired from Apple, didn't resist reality. Instead, he embraced change, co-founding Pixar and later returning to Apple to revolutionize the tech industry. Impermanence isn't just a Buddhist principle, it's a universal truth. Athletes like Tom Brady and Serena Williams know that their peak performance years won't last forever. Instead of fearing this reality, they focus on evolving, reinventing themselves, and finding new ways to stay relevant. The sooner we accept change, the more prepared we are to handle life's ups and downs. How embracing impermanence can change your life. By affirming "I embrace impermanence," we learn to flow with life rather than resist it. We become less attached to outcomes and more accepting of the present moment. This mindset helps us deal with disappointment, heartbreak, and unexpected challenges. Instead of seeing change as something to fear, we can see it as an opportunity for transformation and growth. The Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." When we stop clinging to what was and start embracing what is, we cultivate resilience, flexibility, and a deeper sense of peace. The truth is, everything in life is temporary: success, failure, relationships, and even our struggles. Knowing this allows us to appreciate what we have while it lasts and let go when it's time. Those who resist change suffer, while those who flow with it thrive. By integrating this wisdom into our daily practice, we become more adaptable, open-minded, and at peace with the natural rhythm of life. Change is inevitable, but suffering is optional. When we wake up and remind ourselves of this truth, we step into the day with a sense of ease and acceptance, ready to face whatever comes our way. 3. I cultivate compassion for myself and others. The heart of Buddhist practice, compassion. Compassion is one of the 4 immeasurable minds in Buddhism. It is not merely feeling sorry for others but actively seeking to alleviate suffering, our own and that of those around us. True compassion requires effort, patience, and the willingness to see beyond ourselves. Examples of compassion in action throughout history. Great leaders have embodied compassion in ways that changed the world. Mahatma Gandhi led India's independence movement through nonviolent resistance, showing immense compassion even for his oppressors. Mother Teresa dedicated her life to serving the poor and sick, proving that small acts of kindness can create massive change. In modern times, figures like Keanu Reeves, who quietly donates millions to cancer research and supports underprivileged communities, remind us that compassion isn't about recognition, it's about action. LeBron James, through his I Promise School, provides free education to at-risk children, understanding that lifting others up is the key to a better future. A story of compassion. The young girl and the snail. A young girl walked along the shore after a storm, gently picking up stranded snails and placing them back into the ocean. When asked why, since she could not save them all, she replied, "It matters to this one." This simple yet powerful story highlights how small acts of kindness ripple outward, shaping the world in ways we may never fully see. Choosing compassion daily. Affirming "I cultivate compassion for myself and others" reminds us to be kind, not just to those around us, but also to ourselves. Self-compassion is just as important as compassion for others. Figures like Michael Phelps have openly discussed their battles with mental health, showing that treating ourselves with the same kindness we offer others is essential for growth and healing. Compassion is a choice we make every moment. Whether it's helping a stranger, forgiving a mistake, or simply listening without judgment, it has the power to transform lives. When we choose compassion, we create a more connected, understanding, and peaceful world. 4. I walk the path of wisdom. Wisdom in Buddhism. The guiding light wisdom in Buddhism is not just about acquiring knowledge, it is about deep insight into the nature of reality. True wisdom comes from experience, self-reflection, and an open mind. It is the ability to see beyond immediate emotions, biases, and illusions to understand the greater truth. A parable. The blind men and the elephant in a famous Buddhist parable. Several blind men each touch a different part of an elephant and describe it differently. One feels the trunk and thinks it is a snake. Another touches the leg and believes it to be a tree. Only when they share their perspectives do they begin to see the full picture. This story reminds us that our understanding is often limited, and wisdom requires us to seek multiple perspectives before drawing conclusions. Wisdom in leadership and success. Great leaders throughout history have demonstrated wisdom by making difficult decisions, learning from failure, and adapting to new realities. Abraham Lincoln, for example, guided the United States through its most challenging period, the Civil War, by understanding the long-term vision of unity and justice. His ability to see beyond immediate conflict and hold steadfast to his principles made him one of the greatest presidents in American history. In modern times, Warren Buffett is an example of wisdom in action. Despite economic fluctuations, he invests with patience, foresight, and a deep understanding of market psychology. He often speaks about the importance of emotional control, long-term thinking, and continuous learning, qualities deeply aligned with Buddhist wisdom. The role of wisdom in everyday life. Wisdom isn't just for leaders, it plays a vital role in our daily lives. Consider athletes like Kobe Bryant, who constantly sought to learn from his failures, analyze his mistakes, and refine his craft. His famous Mamba mentality wasn't just about hard work, it was about continuously evolving and understanding himself on a deeper level. In relationships, wisdom helps us navigate conflicts with patience and clarity. Instead of reacting impulsively, we take a step back, seek to understand different perspectives, and approach situations with calmness and insight. Wisdom allows us to avoid unnecessary suffering by helping us detach from ego, anger, and unrealistic expectations. Affirming the path of wisdom. By saying I walk the path of wisdom, we commit to lifelong learning and self-awareness. This means questioning our assumptions, being open to new ideas, and embracing personal growth. Wisdom is not about having all the answers, it is about knowing that there is always more to learn. When we integrate wisdom into our lives, we make better decisions, experience less stress, and develop a deeper sense of peace. Whether in our careers, relationships, or personal journeys, wisdom lights the way forward, helping us navigate life with greater clarity and purpose. 5. I am at peace with myself. Inner peace is not about escaping reality or avoiding challenges. It is about cultivating a steady mind that remains calm despite external circumstances. In Buddhism, peace arises when we release attachments, desires, and aversions, recognizing that true serenity is an internal state, not something that can be dictated by the outside world. A story of inner peace. The Buddha and the insult. One day, a man insulted the Buddha, but the Buddha remained unshaken. When asked why he did not react, he replied, "If someone offers you a gift, but you do not accept it, to whom does it belong?" In other words, external negativity only affects us if we allow it. The ability to remain at peace, even in the face of hostility, is a sign of true mastery over one's emotions and reactions. Inner peace in the lives of great leaders. History is filled with leaders who cultivated inner peace even in the face of extreme adversity. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison but never allowed hatred or anger to consume him. Instead, he used that time to develop wisdom, resilience, and compassion, emerging as a unifying force for South Africa. His ability to remain calm and patient, despite unimaginable hardships, was the key to his leadership. Another example is Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, who ruled during war and plague yet remained composed and steadfast. His writings in Meditations emphasize self-control and the importance of keeping inner peace. No matter what chaos surrounds us, he knew that while we cannot control the world, we can control how we respond to it. Finding peace in modern life even today, the most successful and influential people understand the importance of inner peace. Jeff Bezos, despite running one of the largest companies in the world, practices maintaining a calm mind under pressure. Athletes like Simone Biles and Novak Djokovic incorporate mindfulness and meditation into their routines to stay mentally resilient in high-stress situations. Inner peace is not about avoiding problems, it's about developing the ability to face them with clarity and strength. When we stop reacting emotionally to every inconvenience or setback, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Affirming peace daily. By affirming I am at peace with myself, we commit to grounding ourselves in the present moment and releasing what we cannot control. It is a reminder that our worth is not determined by external events, opinions, or temporary failures. Peace is something we cultivate through mindfulness, acceptance, and letting go of the things that disrupt our balance. The world will always be unpredictable, but when we develop inner peace, we navigate life with stability and confidence. By making this affirmation a daily habit, we remind ourselves that true peace is not found outside, it is cultivated within. Practical advice for a meaningful life. The wisdom of Buddhism and other spiritual traditions offers a wealth of timeless principles that can guide us toward a life of meaning, balance, and fulfillment. The key to inner peace and happiness is not found in external circumstances but in how we choose to respond to life's inevitable ups and downs. Here are some core lessons from Buddhism, Christianity, and historical wisdom that can help us live a more enlightened and compassionate life. 1. Let go of control and embrace faith. One of the greatest sources of suffering is the illusion of control. In Buddhism, we are taught that attachment leads to suffering, and that true peace comes from letting go. The Buddha once said, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." Similarly, in Christianity, Jesus taught the importance of trust and surrender. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. When we release our grip on the uncontrollable and accept life as it unfolds, we cultivate trust in the natural flow of existence. This does not mean passivity but rather a conscious decision to focus our energy on what we can influence while letting go of unnecessary worry. 2. The power of forgiveness. Both Buddhism and Christianity emphasize the transformative power of forgiveness. In the Buddhist tradition, holding onto resentment is likened to grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. The Buddha taught, hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. Jesus echoed the same wisdom, instructing his followers to forgive endlessly. Forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. Forgiveness is not about excusing wrongdoings but about liberating ourselves from the burden of anger and resentment. Whether it's forgiving others or ourselves, releasing bitterness allows us to experience deeper peace. 3. Service to others as a path to fulfillment. One of the most profound ways to find meaning in life is through service. The Dalai Lama often teaches, our prime purpose in this life is to help others. And if you can't help them, at least don't hurt them. Saint Francis of Assisi, one of Christianity's most beloved figures, echoed this sentiment. For it is in giving that we receive. Acts of kindness, no matter how small, have a ripple effect, contributing to a more compassionate world. Whether it's helping a stranger, supporting a friend, or simply offering a smile, these actions shape the world around us. 4. The importance of silence and reflection. In our fast-paced world, silence is often overlooked, yet it is essential for cultivating inner wisdom. Buddhist monks practice meditation to quiet the mind, while Christian mystics retreat into prayer for divine guidance. The Bible says, "Be still, and know that I am God." Silence is not emptiness, it is a space where clarity emerges. By taking time each day to be still, whether through meditation, prayer, or quiet reflection, we develop deeper self-awareness and insight. 5. Gratitude as a path to happiness. Happiness is not found in what we lack but in appreciating what we have. Gratitude shifts our focus from scarcity to abundance. The Buddha taught, Let us rise up and be thankful. For if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little. In Christianity, Paul the Apostle wrote, "Give thanks in all circumstances." By making gratitude a daily habit, we train our minds to see the beauty in the ordinary. This simple shift in perspective has the power to transform our entire experience of life. The teachings of Buddhism, Christianity, and historical wisdom remind us that the way to a meaningful life is not through external achievements but through inner cultivation. By practicing mindfulness, embracing impermanence, forgiving ourselves and others, serving with love, and living with gratitude, we align ourselves with the deepest truths of existence. Every morning, as we wake up and affirm these principles, we reinforce our commitment to a life of wisdom, compassion, and inner peace. By walking this path with awareness, we create a ripple effect, spreading kindness, wisdom, and harmony into the world around us. The teachings of Buddhism, Christianity, and historical wisdom remind us that the way to a meaningful life is not through external achievements but through inner cultivation. By practicing mindfulness, embracing impermanence, forgiving ourselves and others, serving with love, and living with gratitude, we align ourselves with the deepest truths of existence. True transformation comes from daily practice. Each time we affirm these principles, we reinforce our commitment to inner peace and personal growth. When we live with intention, our actions inspire those around us, creating a ripple effect that spreads positivity and wisdom to the world. Let us walk this path with awareness, embracing the beauty of each moment, and becoming beacons of light in a world that often seeks guidance. Through these affirmations, we cultivate not only personal serenity but also contribute to a more compassionate and harmonious world. The journey begins with a single thought, a single breath, a single moment of presence. Let that moment be now. If this message resonates with you, take a moment to reflect and share your thoughts in the comments. How do you incorporate mindfulness and gratitude into your daily life? If you found this content valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others who may benefit. Let's continue this journey together, one step, one affirmation at a time.